everybody to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Kerri Zane, and she's a single mom lifestyle expert, and she's the author of It Takes All Five, a single mom's guide to finding the real one. The real one, right, Kerri?
Exactly. Not just the one, but the real one.
Okay, so before we jump into our topic today of dating for single moms, which I think is such an important topic for single moms that want to get back out there and date, I would love for you to tell our audience just a little bit about you and your background.
Well, as you said, I wrote a book. It was published in November 2012, and a lot of the book is based on my experience, but I also have a master's degree in spiritual psychology from the University of Santa Monica and a BA in sociology from UCLA. So I got a little bit of credit behind me, a little bit of street cred.
Great.
Yeah.
And you're also a single mom yourself, correct?
Yes, for 13 years, and I have two daughters that are now 23 and 19, so I've been through the tough years as a single mom.
So you're also speaking from experience, but also as an expert, correct?
Correct.
Great. Well, so let's just jump into the topic of dating for single moms. So when is the right time for a single mom to get back out there and start dating again?
You know, I always tell people it really depends on how you feel when you're ready. But a lot of what I write about in the book is if you're just coming out of a divorce or you're a widow, you've got to take time to grieve and sort of move past that. And then I invite people in my book to really rediscover who they are, because you're a different woman, with kids going out there and dating than you were as a single person without any attachments.
Right.
So, take that time and figure out who you are, what's important to you, what are your wishes, your dreams, your values, your beliefs, and then you can go out and, and really represent yourself.
That is so true. And I love that you said that, because instead of giving like a time frame of 3 months or 6 months or even a year, because everybody's different. Some people may be ready right away because maybe they already knew the marriage was over a long time ago and they just weren't into it. And so they're ready to get out there and date. And then other people maybe aren't ready, right?
Exactly. Although I have to say, if you came out of a relationship, you really I think both people need to look at why the relationship didn't work and figure out what parts you liked, what parts you didn't like, what parts you would do differently. So I still think there's a little bit of time for self-reflection.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. So how does a single mom balance dating and family? Because I know, and your job, right? So how does she balance that?
Yeah, you know what? And that's a great question, because I actually think it's a two-part question, because there's an emotional component to it and then there's the practical component. Mm-hmm. But let me just say this, because I think we as single moms deal with so much guilt all the time. Mm-hmm. Release. Because dating it's an opportunity, it's me time. It's right. An opportunity for you to be an adult and be with other adults, and so let go of that. And one of the little tricks that I tell everybody is the truth is your children like to see you going out and happy, and it releases their responsibility to make you happy. So I invite you to go out on a date.
I love that you said that, because I know from my sister, she has 3 kids and she's still married, but I just know from her being married and having 3 kids, a dog and a cat, that everybody else comes first before she does. And so I guess what you're also trying to say is now is the time to put yourself first, right?
Exactly. And dating dating is part of life. I see it as a journey rather than a means to an end. And so I invite other single moms to sort of kind of put it in that perspective. So I also say, even a bad date is a good story, and you all know what I'm talking about. So enjoy it all.
And I have to add to that too, is about a bad date is, ladies, no matter whether you're a single mom or you're single, whatever it is, and you're just dating, it's important to just get out there and date, because you need to go out on all those bad dates so that when you meet the right guy, he's the right guy. You don't sit there and go, well, I haven't dated enough to realize if he's the right guy. Right, Kerri?
Absolutely.
Great. So now when a single mom is out on a date with a guy, how do you suggest she go about telling the guy that she has kids?
You know what? I love that you asked this question because there is no, it's like those people that go on dating sites and they post pictures from 50 pounds ago or 50 years ago. It's like as soon as you get there, they're gonna know. So you know what? You're a mom. You've got those kids. They're part of your package. Tell them. You don't have to go into great detail about your custody schedule and how much you like or don't like your ex, but you're a mom. Go for it. Just put it right out there.
Yeah, and I just want to add, I love that you said that. Put it out there, but don't go into all this detail where you're telling way too much and it's overwhelming the person, because the first date should just be, a couple of like bites of your life, and it doesn't have to be everything that happened in your marriage and why you got divorced, because you want to get to know the person and not have it be a drama on a date.
Right, and by the way, if the guy doesn't want to date you because you have children, guess what? He's not the right guy.
Exactly. And I want to add to that too, because I know a lot of women will go out on a date thinking this is going to be the great guy and blah, 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 and then say he can't handle that you have children. You know what? Be glad that you found out right there up front, because it would be horrible to date him down the road and then him disappear, and then you would be really upset. And then if you introduced him to your kids, that would be even worse.
Right, exactly.
Great. So how does a single mom overcome the challenges of men that say they don't want to date a mom with children?
Again, not the right guy. There are 107 million single people in the United States. I've got to believe there's somebody else out there who is going to love you and love your children.
Right. That is so true. That is very true. Why would you want to date that guy that doesn't want to date you in the first place?
No, I don't want him.
Exactly. Well, these have been some great tips. So, Kerri, tell our audience how they can find you.
I have my website, kerrizane.com, and it's super easy because it's exactly how I spell my name, which is KERRIZ, like zebra, ANE.com. And I got lots of goodies on there. Then I do giveaways every month, and I have free audios. Check out my book, my online courses. There's lots of resources for single moms.
Great. Well, thanks, Kerri, for being on the show, and thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Single and Stilettos show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can go to singleandstilettos.com, and if you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. And if you would like to get our free report on the top 10 secrets on what attracts a man and what turns him off, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.